Yes, greetings, friends, and welcome at long last, almost 100 days later, to part 2 of our post-Nationals wrap-up. It's been so damn long, nobody remembers Nationals. All we have is invitationals. And joining me now is a man who couldn't even bother to show up. He's not worth the time we spent waiting for him. Kyle Phillips, the man with the pink hat and nothing else to recommend or distinguish him. How are you, sir?
Doing great. Glad to be here.
Yeah.
So appreciate it. Sorry, I just wanted to make it, a little more memorable for you. Take a little time, push it out a little bit.
Yes.
So, yeah.
We waited so long, KB didn't even believe you were actually coming.
He's not even here.
He's not here. Unfortunately, KB can't be here tonight because somebody didn't show up for work, and he has to cover Snowy's
tables
counter.
have turned.
And we only have, so he's let me down one day, and you let me down 99 times more. So, Kyle Phillips is here. We've been waiting for you. I can't wait to be disappointed by what you actually bring to the table. I know you'll do better than Snowy, because Snowy was a kind of a neutral, if not negative presence, like the antimatter of charisma.
I don't think I've ever seen him say anything mean before.
No, we had him as a guest last year because it was his idea. He had the knife, and so we just kind of rolled with it, and we did what we could with him. But, I'm glad you're finally here. We'll have a little goalie-to-goalie chat. And KB's a better goalie than me, so he could have been a part of it, but... we'll take what we can get. If we let you leave and wait to do it again, it'll be 2027 by the time we get your time and attention again. You're a busy man. You're a busy businessman on the go. And I thank you for dressing up for this, by the way. I really appreciate you.
Yeah,
in
absolutely.
The athleisure/pajama aesthetic that you showed up for here.
That's how I jumped on the plane today.
Yeah, I love it. Those are classy flip-flops.
Thank
I'm
you.
so glad that you
trying
wore
my Joe Tiffany, so.
Let's start with the big news. Part of the reason that you've been as busy and hectic as you have been, the Phillips family is welcoming baby number 2.
Yep. Baby number 2 is on the way. October 11th is the due date. Another boy.
Yeah. He said so smugly to a man with 2 daughters. Not that I'm resentful.
Yeah. Looks like the name isn't continuing on, but
that's okay.
So
all my lands and titles will pass to someone else.
Yeah. And your money, so there's that point too. Those aren't cheap. Yeah. Baby number 2 is on the way, so
awesome.
it's just.
Who's the father? Have you congratulated him?
I've been looking for the mailman for the last 6 months, so he's a Weasley guy, but
the Phillips household, the last one in America with door-to-door milk delivery these days.
Yeah. We don't have a mailbox, so it doesn't even make any sense. But
so. Let's dive into it. People we don't have the visual component like Chicago does. And you're such a generic presence, I worry people might not remember exactly who you are if they're not longtime people who have learned to dislike you. So if you're not familiar with Kyle, he is the guy who has substituted a pink hat for an actual personality. And so he's the guy you see at Nationals doing that. Now, I don't want to... You've told your origin story several times. Let me recap briefly, if I may.
Please.
In brief, you went to a store, saw a pink hat, and bought it.
Yep.
Did I miss any of the essential details?
Thrift store.
Thank you. You're not going to pay full price.
No, absolutely not.
You're a frugal man, and I respect it.
Yeah.
So, it's such a scintillating story. I didn't mean to cheat you out of telling you again, but I really feel like
hard for that hat.
It's one of those things where like people are like, so what's the story behind the hat? It's like I saw it and I bought it. Yeah.
Bingo.
So rather than get into the particulars of that hat, let me just ask you this: how fortunate are the women of the world that you didn't find a pink fedora first?
That's a great question. I mean, probably not as fortunate, but pink fedora would have been awesome.
Yeah. It would have been a whole different personality switch, wouldn't it?
I do have to admit, the pink hat is going to have to retire pretty soon.
Why is that?
It is on its last leg.
I bought you a pink hat with a Minnesota logo. Yeah, I know. The defining one.
Yes. Yeah. So it's between yours.
Okay.
And then Dan Doherty Scoopco made me a pretty sweet pink hat that he sent me as prototype, he said. So first one ever he's done.
Ooh.
I do dislike the yellow ball on it, but other than that, it's a great hat.
That's where we seem to find ourselves with whatever the manufacturing, the supply chain issues with.
I blame Doherty.
I blame Doherty for
laziness.
Everything.
He should have made me one.
If I were you, I wouldn't let any hat that he made touch my scalp. You got a nice, lustrous, thick mop of hair.
Does he have hair?
I think he's in pretty good shape, isn't he?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't spend a lot of time looking at his hair.
Yeah. I thought he was bald one year.
Was he?
Wasn't he?
Does he shave his head?
I don't know.
I can't picture him.
Me neither.
It's just sort of like
just that smug
all
face.
I see is Satan's shadow cast over him and him operating in that darkness. I can't really picture what he looks like. That's my fault. That's my fault. What can I say? So, how many years you lived in Texas now?
Oh, man. 5. Yeah.
Because you still identify yourself as an Atlanta player.
Yep.
Even though you've lived in Texas for over half a decade.
Yep.
Why do you call yourself an Atlanta player when there's no such thing?
Well, I mean, I am an Atlanta player. You know, I get to play with my boys every year.
There's not. It's like saying I play for Narnia.
But it's like Thor. You know what I mean? It's the people. It's not a place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like Miami. You know, Miami's all over the place. Frank lives in buttfuck Oregon. Actually, I don't know where you live, Frank. Now, but you know what I mean. So it's we're just keeping it going with the Atlanta guys.
Have you considered they shut the place down after you left to try and shake the association? Like maybe Batania would have already opened up a center if you had re-affiliated yourself with somewhere else.
Somewhere else?
You think they're trying to
Maybe.
shake loose of you?
Maybe, probably. I don't know. I'm a pretty good asset for him, so I don't know who else is going to play defense at this point. You know,
well,
it's a common theme. I think you've experienced that before.
Yeah,
you know,
it's people don't respect defense.
No,
and that's
not
a damn
at all.
shame.
No, it's the best position on the court.
It's the highest and noblest calling in the sport of
Absolutely.
volleyball.
Yeah.
Here's my take on it, and I think I've said this before, but my thinking is any asshole can score at least once in a while.
Absolutely.
Even I've done it.
Yep. Same.
It's like training a monkey to to stuff shaped blocks. You know,
Yep.
like an infant.
Yeah, they'll
That's
figure it
what
out.
scoring is.
Yeah.
But to deny other people,
It's
it's
the
so
greatest
satisfying.
pleasure our worldly gods give us.
Yes.
It is amazing to
it's-
see them with their face. You know, they get all
Yes.
excited
Oh, they get
about.
up and so-
they get all excited, and then you just put that ball square right back in their mouth.
face. I tell you, buddy, it's Chicago. When they used to do a live stream, which they don't anymore, sad. I don't know what happened. We wish them well and whatever calamity befell them. But when they used to do a live stream, they'd ask everybody, would you rather, dunk, race, or block?
Yeah.
The answer is always block.
Yeah.
There's nothing more satisfying.
Yeah.
At my age, it's the only way I can reliably get an erection anymore. So, I don't know why anybody even answers the question with anything else, unless they don't appreciate what defense is.
Yep.
So,
And they don't.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's a shame. If I had to say one positive thing about you, and it's difficult to come up with one, it would be that despite the fact that you have cultivated a shot and you can play all over the court, that you call yourself a goalie first.
Absolutely.
Not enough people respect the position. So, yeah, you're still calling yourself an Atlanta guy.
Yep.
Is that because you want to, or Texas hasn't accepted you?
I haven't accepted Texas.
Yeah, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
So I thought you had not been brought into the fold, and I was going to ask you, what does it say about you that
I've already brought you guys one banner before you did. So I played with Jace.
Was it comfortable
Bolte.
riding on Bolte's back to get to that banner?
Someone else has to,
It's a big,
hug
broad
the other end of the
shoulders you
court
got to
down
sit
there,
on.
you know? So
But no, so Texas whirly ball is basically a Darwinian reject pile of humanity, and even they will not let you in the door. What does that mean to you?
they probably just like the competitive, edge. They're trying to keep it interesting out there. So,
Okay.
It's fine. I think we did send Texas home, or we didn't send them home. We sent them to the losers bracket 2 years ago in Chicago,
Yeah?
and then we sent the Texas A team home this year. So,
Texas B+ team, I think,
Yeah.
is what we had this year. No disrespect to those guys. They're all better than me, and I'll suffer for that joke when I see them in practice. But
I won't comment on that.
yeah, I deserve it. I deserve all that comes my way. What do we want to get into next? Because there's a couple of things we can do. You want to talk about invitationals? You want to talk about your outreach to other nascent centers across the whirly ball universe? Where do you want to go next?
Well, how was the invite?
The invite was great.
Yeah.
Minnesota's an awesome place to be. I really enjoyed it there. I didn't expect it because, I used to think Minnesota was great. I don't care much for the place or the people anymore, except for Brady. He's the exception. The rest of them I can take or leave. It's kind of a recent development. I have a lot of antipathy for those guys,
Well, I mean, you hit somebody, didn't you?
Well, first of all, they are the latest people to claim a banner that I didn't get myself. So I have a deep-seated...
I watched it all unfold. It was beautiful.
Yeah, was it? I don't remember it being beautiful, but go ahead.
I think you slashed the main shooter in the face violently, by the way.
I don't think... Okay, so I tried to downplay that whole situation, and then Luke went on the Seattle podcast and made a lot of hateful and false accusations. And it's not fair that everybody sees him and all those guys, oh, what a bunch of strapping young lads and nice young boys and, upstarts and so charming and whatever. That dude is a piece of trash. Nobody else knows what he was saying to me about my mother that led to all that. And you as a goalie know the first rule, you're going to talk trash, you're going to get slashed. If you could have heard the shit he said to me that pushed me over the edge, and I won't repeat it,
well, that's good. Then he's doing what I told him to do.
Because I'm a man of decency. No, so here's the other thing. Ever since they won that banner, oh, Luke is such a great guy. No, he's not. You know what he's done every single day since Nationals? He sends me some sort of picture of their disgusting celebrations. Let me say, first of all, whoever wins that tournament next year, and when you take that trophy from them, you better wear thick gloves until you can get that trophy thoroughly disinfected. Because every day I get a picture of something between like a Stanley Cup celebration and a Roman orgy where him and all of those degenerates are debasing the banner and that trophy. And I finally told him after like 8 weeks, I was like, hey, man, congratulations again. Can we knock this off? And he stopped for a day. And then he sent me 3 pictures and said that was it plus interest. And, yeah. So,
Perfect.
He's such a nice guy. He's such a nice guy. This shit is a generational feud now. I have a daughter who's going to hopefully come to Nationals in 2 years, maybe 3 years. When I point him out to her, the first thing she's going to do is walk over and smack him in the face. And he's got a newborn baby. He's lucky he didn't bring it to the invites. I'd have chopped it in the head, too. And I know there's people listening to this that are going to hear me talking about beating a newborn baby with a whirly ball scoop and assume that I'm the bad guy in this situation. Yep. And I pity those people because they don't understand the nuances of this whole feud. Anyway, they're bad people. But it's a beautiful facility.
Bad people, beautiful facility.
Beautiful facility, yes. Yeah, it's you didn't get to make it. I didn't get to make it to the one they had a couple years ago. I did go to this one. It was great. I can't wait to have a Nationals there. It's got kind of like the comfortable aesthetic of like the Michigan facility, like where there's a bunch of places to be and a lot of room spread out. You've got the hotel that like there's a tunnel. You don't have to step outside. I don't care for the outdoors. Yeah, it's not. No,
sunlight's not your friend.
I'm not a caveman.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Generations suffered and died so that I can live in climate-controlled comfort. Yep. And you can literally walk right through, and you're right across diagonally from the Mall of America. So there's a million places of chain restaurants to eat. Yeah. The airport would be walking distance if you could walk in a straight line. I think it's less than 2 miles.
Wow.
It's great.
Yeah, that's awesome.
They are Nationals ready. And they have another place that's a converted movie theater that's like the old Bachman Lake facility.
It's awesome. Great
facility, but like you got to take like a 30-minute drive to get there. So like if you're going to host, man, you got to host it at that.
Yeah. The 3 courts
the
or
3-court
2?
Facility. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
But
That's
Brady,
awesome.
Brady was working his ass off.
Guy's
I don't
awesome.
know that anybody else has done a post-invites podcast, so he was acknowledged, as were all the folks that made it run. But this is not a positivity thing. I'm only praising Brady because he was my teammate last year. But like that dude
Nothing
was...
for Luke, John, Alex? None of the guys?
They were present. Actually, Alex wasn't even present. He had a sick kid, and then he got sick. So he had to bail. He was there when we formed teams, and he
doesn't bring much to the table
he was
anyways.
Missed in that I couldn't, extract my vengeance on him. But no, they were. It was good. They're good guys.
Awesome.
All joking aside. Yeah. Congrats to Luke and his son. His child is safe. I promise. He
can
bring it by.
I'll have to watch you now. More on Nationals. So. But by the way, in my opinion, I think invites are a lot. I think it's a lot harder to win an invite than it is a national. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I take more pride sometimes in winning invites than I do sometimes. I mean, I would love to win a banner, right? It's top goal, but I think it's a harder thing to achieve winning with 5 random people with level playing field. You got to have, 30, 40 of the top A players, right? You know what I mean? But that is my favorite, when you can just take 5 random people and make it happen.
Well, Kyle, I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I know.
My third place finish streak generally extends to invites as well. When I am so fortunate.
Have you never won an invite?
The only time I have ever played in a finals for a whirly ball event was the Texas invite last year, where we went in as the top line seed and lost 2 in a row to Austin and Doherty and John Wienerlin from Minnesota.
Ooh, that's rough.
Yep.
That's rough.
That was my only taste of a finals, and lost them both. So, yeah.
That's brutal.
It is. Yeah. It is. But, it wasn't third place, so there's something to be said for that.
Yeah, it's only 6,
So let's talk more about the Minnesota guys, because Luke also told the story of how you guys met, and you can fill in the gaps. But for anybody that didn't hear it, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No.
The way he described it was they were, fresh-faced, innocent, didn't know anybody, and they were just kind of relaxing in the pool. You spot them from across, hitch up your Speedo, you march on over and invite them to the hot tub, right?
Yeah.
You're like, hey there, fellas, I know that you're here alone and vulnerable.
Yep.
Why don't you hop in here?
Come
we'll boil up a pot of dick and ball soup together. And that's when you voluntarily or otherwise took them under your wing. And thus was born a coaching relationship that has led them to 2 banners.
There's something about the dick and ball soup that worked out, I guess,
What's it like working with those guys? Because I only know them as nice guys and then my now arch nemesis.
Yeah.
But you've known them since their entry to the whirly ball universe. Tell me why I shouldn't hate them the way that I do. Not hate, resent.
Yeah, resent. That's truth. So just a little context. I met them at the center beforehand. Okay. So I was already in the hot tub. They were coming down. That's the story. But
okay. All right.
Well,
that's slightly less creepy.
Yeah, just a little bit, yeah. They're awesome to work with, The one thing I always have reminded them, and I was probably a worse coach since Seattle this year, a little bit of a space cadet during their tournament.
Didn't matter, they won.
They won, yeah, easily, right?
We're going to go that far? Ouch. Go ahead, please.
No, but yeah,
I'll just be here drying my eyes.
For these guys, it's different than, they're just athletic. They're all pure athletes, and that's what I reminded them. You know what I mean? Like, you just work as a team. They couldn't spell defense. To be honest, there's probably a few that probably still can't spell defense today, right? Yeah. But you know what I mean? With Tyler being in addition to playing in the hole for them this past year, that helped a lot. He was for a guy never playing and winning a C banner. It's pretty sweet, dude. So, for these guys, we just had to work on defense and transition, and they were, super receptive to everything I was telling them. They asked a lot of questions. They're just eager to learn and get better. And for me, that I love it, dude. It's the competitiveness in that, and you can't teach that, So,
but you just said you did.
I taught everything else to the competitiveness, right? You have the competitiveness, and then you teach everything else around it.
Okay, so they brought the competitiveness, and you taught them everything else that made them a success.
Yeah. Okay. Besides shooting, you know what I mean? They can all shoot. I think John. Sorry, Luke, but John probably has a better shot than you now at this point. You know what I mean? And it's like they're only getting better, and they'll be an A in probably 3 or 4 years. I'm telling you right now, if they don't win a banner in Michigan this year, it will be the year next or the following year.
The home court advantage is a big damn deal.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Well, like I said last time around, I literally could not possibly be happier for them and their accomplishment than I am.
I can see you glowing right now.
That's glowing like a tea kettle.
I don't know if you're pregnant or
no,
but
no, I'm not. Although I drank so much water for one of the web streams we do for Snowy's Twitch channel, like I had to go to the bathroom twice, and they were giving me a hard time about whether I was pregnant or had a UTI or a monstrously enlarged prostate. Yeah. So now I make it a point to go to the bathroom before every time we do one of these things. So you've been coaching Minnesota.
Yep.
Before that, you coached Chicago.
Yep.
Right? And they turned their backs on you.
Yep.
Atlanta
took them to a banner.
Yeah,
took
to
them
a banner.
Yep.
So basically, people use you and then discard you when you no longer become useful to them.
Most of these centers don't teach defense,
yeah.
And that's what these people lack. So I'm willing to help the community. It's my generosity to the community.
As we already established, Atlanta shut down to get away from you. Texas will not accept you.
The people,
despite the tragic nature of what the community consists of.
Yeah.
What happens when Minnesota? Is Minnesota going to bring you back, or are they throwing you overboard? Are you going to have you coach them again?
I mean, I would love to if they want me to come back.
Okay.
Okay. We were supposed to do a little more in-depth stuff last year with watching videos and, doing all that fun stuff, but we never did. They want to do it this year.
So the process has started.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. I need to message Luke, and he'll probably listen to this and text me and be like, "What are you talking about? We don't want you to creep."
Yeah, the process has already started. So, assuming that finally does come to pass, what's Plan E for you?
Do you need me to coach you, John?
No,
Is that what you're asking?
No. I'm asking.
Do you need me to come in and take you to the next level?
Look, man, I want a banner bad, but even there's places I won't go to get it. What I wanted to ask you is, have you considered maybe like a death row pen pal?
Oh,
because if you put money in their canteen, like you give them the commissary money for like ramen and cans of tuna, they will listen to you talk about whirly ball whenever if you'll pay for their collect calls. And that they won't turn you loose because they're on death row. They're never getting out.
Yeah.
That could be the permanent solution.
I like that, yeah.
Because you're a nurturer.
Yeah.
I can see it in your eyes.
Exactly.
With your wife due to deliver a baby in 3 weeks and you're here making dick jokes with me.
Yep.
You're a giver.
Yes,
exactly. I can tell.
Yeah, I want to please.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
So, just a thought.
I like it, They probably won't argue much,
You can only push them so hard if you're in person, though.
Exactly. No, true. I don't know. Is there a big difference between teaching one of those guys versus Minnesota? It's,
I don't know. They're terrible people.
Yeah.
They just haven't been convicted of anything that I know of.
Yet. Yeah.
So, when you're teaching somebody to play goalie, obviously I don't need the tutelage here. I'm a master of the craft.
Yeah.
But if you're teaching somebody else that's got the fundamentals, but they're learning the position, like where do you start with them? What do you try and teach somebody how to play goalie? Because I'm curious. Because I have to pass knowledge down now.
Yeah.
After so many years of not success but presence, good attendance, if not necessarily any awards to hang around my neck. Like we've got new beginners coming in. What do you do that teaches people how to play the game?
Yeah. Two things: driving and I guess visuals. Right.
Yeah.
Looking. Like, you got to understand what's going on the court as it's coming at you because your role is to educate the 4 other people that don't know defense around you where to be, right? It's the most critical role, in my opinion, on the court, right? You're handling the transition coming down. So I think you have to be visually sound on what's going on the court, right? And then on top of that, you need to be a good driver. I mean, a lot of goalies aren't good drivers. I am probably not the best driver, and I've been getting better at it, right? But, just positioning on the car because your position can help those 2 other idiots on the other side of you, right? Figure out where they need to be because you're bumping and moving around. And then you need a goal. The other thing is the third thing, if we can get to that point, how much they know is they have to have good communication skills. That is critical in worthy ball. If you can't communicate and, take what you're seeing and communicate that out, you're it's layup city. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where I start with people, right? It's just baby steps and getting your, putting your scoop up, teaching them how to cheat a little bit, not like Chili. Like Chili, you suck at cheating, by the way. I mean, you're the most obvious. You're like the worst goalie at cheating. Yeah, it's like so flagrant, and you call yourself a goalie, but like you can't block anything when you cheat. So, and you also can't rank anybody on what their actual position is. But Sully's a smart guy.
I want to get into that. I don't need to take away from what you're saying, but Cleveland did their rankings.
Yeah.
They ranked top 10 offensive players, top 10 defensive players. One of them had you third, Sully. One of them had you fourth, Chili.
Yep.
To the 6 or 7 people evaluated as wanting in comparison to you, what do you say to those people?
Get better. I don't know.
There's no apology whatsoever for the inaccuracy of the rankings?
Oh, that I'm ahead of them?
Yeah, like you don't have any sort of any shame when you look Joe Tiffany in the face and think that others have weighed the 2 of you and found you superior?
Yeah, no, it's great.
Is it?
I mean, my first game I went out there, Joe was supposedly sick and got everybody else sick, but I swatted him his first shot of the game. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just got to go out there and set the dominance, you know what I mean? Did the same thing to Chili's team. Went out there and blocked Anthony 3 times in a row. It's fun. You know what I mean? No, to be honest, I love the rankings. You know what I mean? And people are probably listening to this and be like, God, what a cocky asshole. You know what I mean?
You have to be.
But it's not. It's confidence. That's the way I look at it. So I'm just confident in the position I play. I don't go out there and say I'm a good shooter.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not good at cherry picking or being in the midcourt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you put me in the hole, it's game on. You know?
Yes. So you have to have a mentality for it. I think a lot of people that play the game don't. You know what I mean? Because it's harm mitigation.
Yeah.
Your shutouts are rare in that they're not going to happen unless it's like a 7-minute D game.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you have to constantly be able to move past the fact that people who are better at what they're doing than what you're trying to do to them will succeed. The whole point is to take a 90% layup and turn it into a 70% shot.
Exactly.
A 75% shot from the top of the key and turn it into a 50-50 shot, and then to discourage people from taking a shot that they would have made if somebody who didn't play the position as well as you was in the way. And not everybody is built for that.
Yeah.
And it takes a certain level of self-delusion and confidence that I feel you and I share.
Yeah.
And
we get pissed off when people shoot over us and shoot around us, you know what I mean? And that's just me.
Personally.
And people think, they may see me like on the glass, like getting all angry. And, I used to be a lot bigger of an asshole than I am now. You know, I've chilled out and I apologize to my Atlanta guys for all the years that I've brutally attacked y'all. But I'm passionate about it. I'm competitive. And again, for me personally, I mean, you asked me earlier, like I've lived in Texas for 5 years. Mm-hmm. I haven't lived in a city near Worthy Ball. Closest one is 4.5 hours up here. I don't practice. Yeah. And I still they still rank me third out of everybody else. You know what I mean? It's like
they don't. One guy does.
One guy does. Yeah. And Chili got me fourth, but again, he's blind and can't play defense. And I don't know. Can he shoot? I don't know. Chili, what do you even do on the court?
What do you bring to the table?
Yeah.
It's not charm. He said such nice shit to me at the invitationals, man.
I love him, though. You know?
So you didn't come. Was it because when you were at Michigan last year and you were a team captain for the upper tier? How many of your teammates demanded a refund? And is that
0.
why you didn't come back?
0.
No?
Yeah, no. I unfortunately was stuck with Timmy, and that's a head basket right there. And then David and a few others. But
they were they didn't feel cheated that you were the guy leading their team?
No. Unlike I think in your instance, was it Roy that quit on you? At the invite?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he took it real personally.
What happened there?
Well, I couldn't tell you. Because we exchanged maybe 15 words all weekend, and he never
many words.
bothered to tell us that he wasn't coming back. But, we did the upper-lower thing, and generally the host team, the host city will default to, if it's a fringe case, you'll put one of your guys down so that the people that paid for a plane ticket aren't going to be up there. And apparently he was not real. There was discussion as to whether or not he was going to play at all, and he showed up physically.
Yeah.
And then after that day, because I think he was also responsible for cooking dinner, and decided, I'm not coming back.
He does make a mean brisket.
It's
pretty. I mean, for
I'm
a guy
not
in
even
Michigan,
give him that. I got a lot of grievance. Like,
okay, I feel it. Yeah,
her feelings.
Yeah, that's true. No, that is
Abandoned
rough.
and neglected.
But there were no B players that played in that tournament though. So yeah, that sucks.
I don't know.
That's rough.
People don't like being lumped in with me, man. What can I tell you?
I don't know why. You're such a solid goalie. You know.
Thank you. It's
Loud,
weird to hear. It's weird to hear praise. I don't get a lot of positive feedback here.
Yeah. I mean, got to give it to where it's deserved. So
I'm not going to get in a hot tub with you.
That's what I'm working at towards, man. I got the hotel tonight. I was working my way up to it.
I see the second hotel key on the table here, and I don't like where this is trending.
It's already in your pocket. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But my team captain walked out on me. So I guess at least you stuck around.
I did. Yeah, we made it to the finals. Unfortunately, Billy. Do you familiar with Billy from Michigan, the crazy bald dude who looks very angry, but he's a big teddy bear on the inside?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I haven't bothered to learn most of the upper players' names because it's not relevant to my game.
You won't get there anytime soon. Yeah,
it's not happening for me. But you want to know who plays in C, buddy?
Yeah,
I'm the encyclopedia.
I couldn't tell you. No, Billy, he has probably some of the quickest hands in whirly ball, and that guy just beat the crap out of me in the key. Yeah.
How do you feel about the draft thing we do here? Because to me, when we did the live stream with the draft for the Texas invite, that's tremendously fun.
Yeah.
Because I can't remember last year if you got picked or if you were one of the two guys.
I did get picked.
Did you get picked?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Did I interview you or did you you refused to come and talk to me?
I did refuse.
You coward.
Yep, I am. Yeah.
Oh.
I just was trying to build the suspense for this.
Yeah, I guess. This thing.
Put that into fruition and plant the seed.
So.
Yeah, I like the draft style. I'm a big fan of it. I think it's fun. I think they need to do away with two captains and just leave it straight captains, and then they pick their team. Because
I've
then
suggested the same thing.
You know what I mean? You're taking too much talent out of the pool when you do that, and people can get less creative on that. And to be honest, if once the first round, you kind of know how it's going to play out the end of where your draft position is, right? So it just creates another little nugget in there for it.
So you come up here for the Texas invite because it's the closest thing to you. And you were talking earlier this year, because you hopped in on our stream once in a while, and said that you were talking about moving up here. What's holding you back? Moving closer to Dallas
the
from
Austin
where you
market
are.
sucks, So possibly selling our house if that's a possibility. We don't have any intentions of leaving Texas anytime soon right now.
Okay.
We're just looking for something a little better for the kid and the wife, But just holding us back is honestly the Austin housing market, unfortunately. So nothing, too crazy. It's just, sucks down there.
All right. See, I thought the wife might not be on board. And that surprised me if that was holding you back.
Nope.
Okay.
No, yeah.
So she's committed?
Yeah, she likes it up here. She was just up here. She came with me about a month ago.
Okay.
And she went up to Plano, Addison. She was went to Grapevine. She just kind of explored and went all around while I worked. And she was Absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. Yeah.
She bought it?
I mean, the kid had a blast. There was tons of parks, tons of splash pads.
Wow.
Like, it's hotter than Satan's dick out here. You know,
but Austin's not much better.
No, so that's what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
at least there's no relief. You
Yeah.
know, in Austin, it's not a very good kid-friendly city. So, she was a huge fan of Dallas.
Awesome.
So there's hope.
Cool.
There's hope.
Well, I'm glad that you got her buying. I would not have assumed you would, like, bringing her up here to get her to buy in and commit to, like, being excited about it. You have never struck me as the sort of guy that would worry about getting a woman's consent in advance to most anything. So good for you.
Not true.
I'm praising you, Kyle. How out of character for you. You've really grown over the years.
You're an asshole.
Oh, come on, buddy. We're having fun.
I love it.
What else are we talking about here? Do we want to talk about let's talk about the unlimited thing, because one of the big conversations about unlimited has been, Texas forced their way in, not on merit, but through complaining.
Yeah,
because historically
you
got to win a banner to play in unlimited, and Texas was like, well, but why not us too? And I guess the other two guys were so bored of beating up, Texas, Seattle and Michigan are sick of just beating up on each other. It's nice to get somebody else in the mix as the perpetual little brother.
Yeah.
The Bobby Brady of the whole operation.
Exactly.
Yeah. And one of the other things that was proposed was the ladder style thing, where, like, you guys in Cleveland would be, like, right underneath that, and then Chicago, and then everybody would kind of fall in the order of results from previous years, right? What's your take on the Mortal Kombat ladder for Nationals Unlimited competition?
Absolutely love it. I think the people that are against it are just afraid of, the other competitive advantage that, the center may have by playing an extra game or two. I think it doesn't do – I think the only thing it does is help the sport. You know what I mean? You're giving people like a Chicago and a Minnesota and a Cleveland and Atlanta, right? Like, you're giving us a chance to play with the best of the best and be in that environment. Unlimited is a different environment, right? So I'm a huge fan of it. I just wish I could get the other committee members on board with me.
I hope so, because I'm like, we joke around all this. Like, sincerely, the only time I've really cared or engaged with the Unlimited tournament was the year that Texas was in it.
Yeah.
Because if you're not somebody that's already been around this for 4, 5, 6 years, whatever, and you're playing it or whatever, I feel like there's not a lot to sink your teeth into.
No, it's boring. I've repped it for 6 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And not. It's one-sided. You know what I mean? Like, whoever comes out of the gates hot, it's taking it. And if it's here in Texas, like, it's more favored to, and I hate that it's more favored to, whatever center we're playing. It's like, just add a extra layer in there. You know what I mean? And break that
Especially
up.
if we're going to go to, like, a fourth or a fifth day in the years to come. You can do a game or two, knock one or two teams out every day until you get to the Saturday where you do the Unlimited.
Exactly. There shouldn't be any issue with that. And you can bleed it in with the rest of the games throughout the day, and then you're also, from a city, you're keeping players at the center longer. You know what I mean? It's just, and I think it gives more people something to get behind. And by the way, supposedly someone was talking at Nationals. I don't remember who it was. Might have been Sam, but Unlimited wasn't started because they were having to divide their two best teams up, so they just wanted to put their 5 best out there.
Yeah,
there was no rules about having a banner. I think that's something that we've made up along the way. That some of these old heads are stuck to, that it's time to kick it out of here.
If I knew you could just invent a banner to award yourself, you know how much happier I'd be playing this game?
Yeah, 3rd place, right?
You going to go to that again? You understand that you're here to take abuse and not give it, right?
No, I got to give it out a little bit.
You store-brand Ritz cracker of a man. You pair of cargo shorts that wished on a star to become a real boy.
Yeah.
How dare you? How dare you keep kicking at me?
Well, let me ask you this. When you went 0-2 that invite year, was that when you were starting to shoot, or was that when you still couldn't shoot?
So we went 0-2 this year.
Oh, okay.
As well. So I went 0-2 at Nationals. I did my only 2-and-out ever before this most recent invite was my first year at sea. When we had not just me that couldn't shoot, but we couldn't score at all. Like, we lost a game 8-2. No, we lost a game 6-2 and 8-4 in seeding. Like, if you can keep a team under 10 points twice and you lose them both, Come on, right?
Yeah.
Like I said,
Yeah,
shutouts are rare. If all
Yeah.
we can put on the board is 6 combined points in 2 games, it's
Yeah.
real freaking hard to win either of those. But, I went 2 and out at the most recent one, but it wasn't because I couldn't shoot. Like, I will say this. Now that I am, one of the senior members of the lower tranche, the untouchable cast of Whirly Ball, unfortunately, you have to build around who your de facto team captain is, the most experienced player is. And so I can't shoot, which means that any team I'm on or in kind of shepherding in an invitational, the scoring's got to come from somewhere else.
Yeah.
Which can be real difficult. Because, as a goalie, okay, at an invitational, defense is challenging.
Yeah.
Because you guys aren't used to playing with each other. A lot of it is communication and coordination. And so, okay, maybe I can cut the points that the other team is going to score in half. But somebody still has to go put points up on the board. And we were really lucky with what we had. I had some people that were shooting very well, especially, my Ryans.
Yeah, true.
Ryan from Cleveland and Ryan from Chicago.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
So what do you think helped make that transition from you trying to shoot more?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that. Because I was hitting one in every game that I was shooting, and that was nice. And I credit it all. Can I mention our official sponsor? I don't have any sponsorship music.
Oh, I love it.
But I have signed a name, image, and likeness deal with the Jersey J Scoop Company.
Ooh.
Because my silver scoop that people, again, you have your pink hat that people know you about. Until I had the roasting thing going on here. Yep. It was silver scoop or nothing.
Yep.
And that's what people knew me as. It finally broke. And unfortunately, it's probably not repairable. Doherty's going to try and do some things with aluminum to try and $6 million man it back
that
together.
Thing when it comes back?
Well, here's the thing. I need a new scoop. I didn't want to try and fight the other dozen people that are always trying to vulture them off of eBay, so I just reached out to Jay. Because, Jay had it set up at Seattle.
Yeah.
And I was like, Jay, what can you do for me? And he was like, I got you. And so I have a scoop. I'd pull it out, but the bag's on the other side of the room, and it's a tethered headset. So I played with a Jersey J scoop and love it. So my commercial for Jersey J. If you want a Whirly Ball scoop that won't give you mesothelioma, custom molded to perfection, by a man who won't give you chlamydia, there is literally only one choice, and it's the Jersey J Scoop Company. Accept no others, because there's no others worth accepting.
I absolutely love it.
Thank you.
I should probably get a scoop from him as well.
You should. Now,
have you ever seen him repair a scoop?
He's a magician.
Oh, it's incredible. Yeah. Him and Ross, I think, are the two best at, if I break a scoop, that's the only, Ross is the only love I'm giving you. But yeah, if I break a scoop, it's going to those two.
You got to pay the toll, though, because with Ross, you're not paying in money. You just have to listen to him.
Yeah.
And it's exhausting.
Brutal.
Yeah. I'd rather pay Jay.
With Jay, you just put him on your shoulders and run him around so he gets, he gets to experience what the height's like.
No, wow. Damn. Jay, I'm not going to let this Holiday Inn Express that walks and talks somehow take cheap shots at you. Yeah. Not Jay Fania of the proud and distinguished Jersey J Scoop Company. Don't you dare. You want to take some shots at Doherty, I'll jump in. But don't
That's
you
too easy.
dare.
Yeah.
Well, we're coming up on the 40-minute mark, so I think we should probably wrap it up. And I want to say that, I do appreciate you being here. I'm sure you've heard this before. First of all, this was a tremendous disappointment, and I can't believe it's over already.
Thank God.
Yeah, but I appreciate your attendance. And so I thought maybe I could take you out to dinner, Chili's or Applebee's. Or is that like a Sophie's Choice thing for you?
Chili's. Triple dipper, baby. Triple dipper. Yeah, check your left pocket.
Oh, man. Well, I think maybe it's time to start wrapping it up. Let's cue that country traveler and start saying our farewells. You got anybody you want to say thank you or farewell to for the good listeners?
Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it, John. I love listening to your commentary on things, and I'm glad you invited me up here. Just a message for the people: be nice to your goalies. Okay?
You're damn right.
We do a lot for you. Just unappreciative people, and I'll be nice there. But I love your goalies, and thank you again. Appreciate it.
I'm glad you're here. I wish you had been more prompt so KB could have joined us, but in his absence, I feel like we did our best and we had a good time, right?
Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
Well, I don't think there's much else to say.
No.
This concludes everything that we're going to put out in the world until at least the next Nationals. Again, I'm sorry it had to be Kyle, but It had to be somebody, and we weren't going to do Snowy. Maybe we can get a better volunteer for next year. But it's nice to have you here across the table. It makes it a little bit easier. But, enough.
Let's go to Chili's.
Thank you for your attendance. Let's go get some triple dippers. Thank you guys for listening. That's it. See you at Nationals and Texas Invites.